G'day, today we're going to have a look at weekly challenge in mini motorways. So this one is the weekly challenge of the 22nd of November. We have unlimited bridges, we have double the number of motorways awarded, which is always fun, and we start with one motorway. So as someone who loves motorways, which is always handy for a game named Motorways, let's see how we go. I think that the last time they gave us a challenge like this, I ended up with something like 14 motorways, 13 motorways, so hopefully we can see something equally ridiculous. Just need them being offered to us. And there's only one real section in this that actually has, I think, water in it, so those bridges might not end up being too important. But I mean, on the positive side, what that bridges one actually does is it means we're just not going to get offered bridges. So if it means that every week we're, instead of getting offered bridges, traffic lights, roundabouts, tiles, motorways, we're only going to get offered 4 of those 5, which increases the percentage chance that we're going to get offered motorways, and therefore 2 motorways, a little bit more. That'll yeah, be a positive for having an absurd amount of motorways, which is, I think, the most important thing we're going for here. Cares about score. Alright, let's go for some traffic lights because we don't have any yet. Now really it would be closer to have these guys to connect to him. And this is an interesting argument on this one, because if we were to connect this guy to here, he would actually almost be traveling as far, almost like 1 square, 2 squares less than traveling to this guy, whereas these guys will be traveling significantly less to get to this one. So that one is a little bit debatable on, is it worth switching them so that these guys flick up and that guy flicks all the way around. I mean, in that case, I'd probably move this guy onto that top one so that these 2 would look after him and this one would look after this guy. But the current layout probably is a bit better for if we get another guy, it can suit this one. Alright, we'll go the roundabout. I suppose if we intend on having a lot of let's pause for a second. Cause those guys to go even further around. Let that guy have the super close route. We'll run these guys in. Yeah, if we're going to have a lot of motorways and probably having roundabouts that allow us to travel into those motorways or out of them could be quite handy. This yellow is already a bit of a candidate for a motorway. Okay, well I guess that answers the question on how to address this one. It's a little bit easier than trying to work out how to get these guys all the way around. Okay, so we'll make that change and then have this guy across here, and and that makes this guy a little bit more in no man's land. There we go, our first 2 motorways. Sorry, 3 motorways because we already had 2. So the question is whether we want to just start just throwing them in there, or should we continue to build roads as long as we have the availability to just build straight directions. So something like this yellow here, he's not in peril. He's got 3 houses looking after him and there's 1 job waiting. There's no sort of need to alarm. Basically, probably the biggest problem we're about to encounter is that we're going to run out of road tiles. We've only got 2 left. But as long as we can build them, we may as well. But even though I'm low on road tiles, anytime I get offered a motorway, I'm definitely going to use it. I'm definitely going to take it rather, especially because we're getting 2 of them. The efficiency more than anything that'll be valuable. Okay, traffic, sorry, roundabout. Okay, so that guy has now gone circular. So let's pause for a second. Let's put a roundabout in here. We'll get these guys to run in here like so, and then we will make that highway 1. Give him plenty of houses to look after him. Good, that gives us a 3rd guy for this one, so he's not feeling left out. As long as he's not a circle, there's no real problem in giving him the only 3. You can see that 2 of his houses currently aren't doing anything at all anyway. He's actually only getting jobs fast enough for one, for the car to get all the way back, then have that new order pop up, and then just have that same guy just turn around and head back. Okay, this guy becoming circular as well is probably another good enough argument to use our next one. So let's bounce him over there. Take the motorways. Chuck. Whoop. Just pause for a second because we started to get a surge of movement there. So let's get these guys connected in there. And this guy up here, might just get him to connect around there. Just make sure this guy's not slowing down. Good, because he's just considered a driveway on this funny little road. Basically the idea is that we're just taking care of this guy. Just a nice little scattering of dark blue houses every which way to really question the logic of what's going on. Cool. The fact that we've got 2 guys here together, let them be highway 3. Bounce over there. One tricky thing about having too many highways is that we can't see what's going on. That's a bit of a distance they're having to travel. So in the long term, this could get sticky. We'll see how we go. Him coming in and connecting this way could actually slow traffic down, so I'm not too eager to get him connected like that. These guys will just divert down for now. He can actually benefit that. We've got an infinite amount of bridges, so just leave him there as an option for now. Got 2 houses here, and we'll just have them sort of swing in a nice forward direction. This guy is probably a placeholder for gaining a motorway. But yeah, we just wanted to make sure we got more motorways before we did. Okay. So, let's, without destroying that motorway, let's leave those 4 houses for this guy. And then what we'll do is we'll just flick this guy up. And, or are we better off connecting these guys to here? He's doing okay for now, so let's, these guys head south. Connect that way. These red guys in the middle still only run on 2 houses each, so if either of them go circular, we've got to reconsider this layout. I know I haven't connected this guy to here, but that's intentional at this point. I'd rather just not have an intersection. Because it's whether these two need to come over and help out here. What I would likely do is if, say, this guy goes circular, we'll give all 4 of these guys to this one, and then we'll find something else to connect for this guy. Okay. So what do we want to connect to this guy? Just wait for the week to pass. We'll take the roundabout. We got 5 guys who are connecting to this, which probably all are pretty important. It's a distance. That's my issue with this guy. If he goes circular, that's going to be problematic. I could shift this guy north and connect him, but the fact that this guy's only got 3 could long-term become a problem. So gaining a roundabout was quite nice. So what we can do is move that. Because I've got so many highways, it doesn't even matter if that one's not removed yet. It will still sort of plant my new highway 3. Let's put a roundabout in. I've got to wait for that to go before the roundabout can go in. That's okay, so let's make that weird little road just so that they can still connect to it until this goes away. There it goes. So then we can put our roundabout in. Put it in there. And then what we'll do is we'll sort of divide these guys into that. Because we've still got so many, we can again move that just a little bit closer. And we can have that come out this way. Those guys can go look after 2 different ones. Now, in theory, what I could do is divide that just into 2 completely different neighborhoods so that they're not sort of crossing each other in order to take care of those, but well, I kind of want a few more houses for that. I don't think that this is going to need too many, but even if I gave this guy just 2 and then gave that one 3, it doesn't feel like it'd be enough. Okay. So, this guy here, we've got this one house down here at the moment. There we go. There's his friend. So we'll just give them a diagonal. Now this is our last current motorway that we have. So hopefully we get a few more motorways, because you can see it's a very light on road network that I've got here. It's just very heavy in motorways. It's definitely a fun... These are levels where it does sort of allow you to just do a fun, completely different approach. The way you'd normally do a level, I do quite enjoy. These 2 guys at the back here aren't getting used. Bummer. Would have liked that. More motorways, more. These 2 guys here aren't getting used yet, which like validates me not connecting these 2 guys, that guy, or working out something to do with this guy here. Now, it's been a long time. I feel like I'm going to forget that something could pop up here at any time, so I've really got to make sure that I stay focused on that and cross everything that it's a dark blue house, I'd say. Okay, so this guy's gone circular. Means that we really want to think about what we can connect there. Now, what we can do... got this funny little neighborhood of cars now. Actually turn him north, and what we could do is get rid of that. Have these guys kick in there. And then get rid of that. Have these 2 guys swing under to join that. He's got 4 close. And then this guy we could use to swing and connect this way. Now, I just realized that I don't have a motorway available for that at the moment. But we can certainly get rid of some of our motorways. Like that guy. Till we until we get more. Now, arguably not the best guy because you can already see that there's no one sitting at home. That one. What we'll do is we'll put this around about there. We'll just cut them a little bit shorter. We'll get these guys to swing in the top here. Now, Motorway 2 back in action. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll try and speed up these guys again. I mean, even though it's not that long. So every little bit helps. Especially because I've only got one light blue at the moment. So so potentially he's working a little bit harder because there's anything that's light blue orders sort of go through him. I'm not sure if that's necessarily a thing. Sometimes it does feel like it. It's a little bit no man's land down here. Got two purple guys together, which is always a good thing. This guy could possibly come down and help out here. Needs. This yellow guy here's struggling a little bit, but I can see that there's two guys still sitting at home at this house here, so it's more just a distance traveling that's causing him grief, not the like the amount of houses connected. Okay, so this guy up here, the only people that we currently have available down here. So what about if we just connect these three guys, give them a little bit of a road, and fling them up. Oh. Or we could just connect this guy up here. Basically all we want to see is just one more friend up here. You get a second friend, we can cancel out the motorway. There he is. Let's cancel that. Get them back to their regular programming. Okay. So for this guy here, we've got this house here. A few more guys here. What we might do is actually connect them in here. Actually, we can just connect them to this guy. It's only one guy. We've only got the one house connected to him at the moment, so we want to keep thinking about where else we could pull a guy from. We've got 3 motorways, so we can certainly get creative with it. Now, speaking of motorways, we can also just try and speed up these guys very... I mean, not the biggest motorway in the world, but I guess every little speedy bit can count. Cool, that's an easy problem solve right there. Now with this one, you can actually see that there is no one at home. So these guys are probably struggling of not having enough guys getting to it. Now this possibly seems to be an issue across the whole red board. So we'll just see how they continue to go. Can't connect. And I suppose if I go... That guy's already not being used. Let's just flick him around that way. Connect that guy in there. Doesn't mean I can do that too with this guy to help out, because he's not going to pass through that way. It just means that he's attached if we need him. do have a little red neighborhood over here. And we do have these two. That's probably a neighborhood down here. So these guys here are looking after this one. And what we can actually now do is just go... Done. Knock that out. And those guys can look after him. Those three can look after him. So sort of put a set of lights there. Cool. Guess that guy can't come the other way, so we'll get these two to swing that way. We'll just... Oh, we don't have a set of lights, so let's... Nothing we can do about that. It's not going to be ugly. It's that. This guy here still isn't looking too happy. Now, what I could possibly do with him is change where this is connecting. I could put it here, and it's a bit more central to his houses as opposed to on the edge. Okay, so this guy here is probably more than covered. We can attach him as well, and then what we can do is swing 1, 2, 3 north. Help out there. Okay. So this guy's currently got 4. This guy's got 3. This is circular. He's got 4. This guy's got 4. That guy's got 4. This guy's got 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3 sort of scattered houses out there addressing nothing. You can see that this guy here is not helping anything at the moment, so we'll just bring him in. Also put a set of lights there. This guy here's out in no man's land. It's more that yellow house there is actually what's in the middle of nowhere. Possibly better off connecting these two guys. So, because then we've got these 3 here too if I need another yellow set of guys. So let's get rid of him. Let's disconnect those two. Let's just keep them in mind as something that we can connect together. Another guy in here, we'll send him down. He can take care on that one. A roundabout. Our roundabout would be nice there, but we definitely don't have the available room. So many blue guys attached to this, I'm surprised that he's got complaints. I mean, it's more just that there's a traffic jam essentially of blue trying to get in. But blue's having that issue sort of everywhere. So this guy here needs a little bit more attention. There's no one at home down here. I want you to connect. There. It's almost just the inefficiencies of having to have a set of 2 combined. So is what I'm suffering from here. Possibly these guys here I'm just going to have to tell to do that. They're just going to have to help up the top. Just give them that one. Because this guy here is, I think, where we're more likely to crash and burn. Or any of these red houses. There's another red that we can join into this one. Join him in there. It's more these sort of connections, I think, that are my problem. Here you can see where the guys are just sort of going slow to make any of these connections. Hopefully we've added enough houses to this one to sort of help out. This is just an absolute jam coming in, getting out. You can see how many cars are just waiting to get in. But luckily that's not a circle and it's just a square, because otherwise this would be absolutely dire. Okay, so you look the other way, light blue guy. We're going to put in there another freeway into here. Help out with him. Oh, and we're about to lose on this guy here. Did I have a little red community somewhere that can help out? Might be too little too late here, but yeah, there we go. 3,300. See how we go on that one. Maybe not too good. 1,300. Yeah, no, there's definitely a bit more survivability than that. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Those ones with lots of motorways are always, I reckon, a lot of fun. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.